No two words ignite more conversation and debate in the world of sports. Imagine if your team's draft pick had turned out to be the superstar you hoped for. What if the injury had never happened? One of the most fascinating what-ifs revolved around whether Scottie Pippen-led Bulls would have won Game 7 of the 1994 Eastern Conference semi-finals. Against the New York Knicks, if they had, they would have gone on to face the Indiana Pacers, a team they had beaten 4 out of 5 times during the regular season. Had Pippen found a way to lead his team to the finals, would he have still stepped back and let Jordan take the reins? Instead, the Bulls fell short, leaving general manager Jerry Krause with more questions than answers as he navigated Jordan's retirement and Pippen's aging during the 1994 off-season. Before draft night, Krause even toyed with the idea of trading Pippen for superstar forward Shawn Kemp and six-man Mickey Pierce. And Jordan even urged Seattle Supersonics head coach George Karl to consider the deal, saying, "We'll be getting the best of it." Would Jordan have made his way back to Chicago if Pippen wasn't there? The Los Angeles Lakers were testing the waters with the Cleveland Cavaliers about a jaw-dropping swap involving LeBron James and Kobe Bryant. Of course, the Cavs turned them down, but they were still eager to find a way to bring Bryant to Cleveland to team up with James. The Lakers, predictably, also said no. If this trade had gone through, it would have completely reshaped the basketball landscape. At that time, a young 22-year-old James had just led the Cavaliers to their first ever finals, while Bryant was struggling to lift a lackluster team with Smush Parker and Luke Walton as the second and third options in scoring during 2005 and 2006 and 2007 seasons. It was a tough situation, and the Lakers managed to steal the rising star. They might have built a team around him more patiently. Instead, they opted for quick fixes, trading for Paul Gasol in February 2008 and clinching championships in both 2009 and 2010. If James had made his way to LA, would he have skipped his time in Miami? Would he have dominated the Western Conference and stunted the Golden State Warriors' rise? And if Bryant had ended up in Cleveland, could he have finally brought home a championship for the Cavs? Might he have prevented the Celtics from dominating the East in 2008? This trade would have rewritten history, shifting championship banners all around the NBA. If you were a basketball fan back in 2011, you probably remember this moment like it was just yesterday, in what felt like an unprecedented and maybe even questionable display of authority. NBA Commissioner David Stern put the brakes on a proposed three-team trade that would have sent perennial All-NBA points guard Chris Paul to the Los Angeles Lakers. At the time, Lakers fans were furious with Stern, and honestly, they might have had a point, but Stern had his reasons for blocking the trade, claiming he was looking out for the New Orleans Hornets, the team Paul was with at the time, which had been without an owner since George Shane sold it back to the league in 2010. Whether Stern was genuinely acting as a small market franchise owner, worried about losing his best player, or just as the NBA commissioner trying to prevent the rise of super teams, is still up for debate. However, nearly a decade later, it's clear that this non-trade changed the course of the league forever. Looking back, this might actually be a blessing in disguise for the Lakers that this trade didn't go through. Considering what we saw from Paul during his later years with the Los Angeles Clippers and Houston Rockets, he can be quite a strong personality, which might have led to some serious clashes with the equally dominant Kobe Bryant. Plus, we know that James Harden's ball dominant style rubbed Paul the wrong way in Houston, so you can only imagine how he would have felt playing alongside Bryant, who is known for being one of the most ball-hungry superstars of the 21st century. But the fact that we will never know how it would have played out still frustrates many Lakers fans today, making it one of the great unresolved mysteries in NBA history.